Jolene Macintyre's story is often told through the lens of success, creativity, and a rapidly growing custom automotive enterprise that captured global attention. However, behind the polished public image was a life shaped by relentless pressure, personal sacrifice, and emotional endurance. As the financial and operational backbone of a Nova Scotia-based custom car workshop turned media sensation, she carried responsibilities that extended far beyond business management. While the world saw striking vehicle builds and entertaining on-screen moments, Jolene was balancing budgets, deadlines, production schedules, and team dynamics that rarely paused. Her partnership with Chad Hiltz evolved into both a professional and personal commitment that tied her daily life to the success of the entire operation. As visibility increased, so did expectations, and the line between work and home life gradually disappeared. Every decision carried weight, and every setback threatened the stability of what had become a fast-growing brand. This is the story of how she navigated success, strain, and transformation, while holding together a complex and demanding world that rarely gave her room to breathe. Early foundations, built on discipline, education, and determination. Before entering the world of custom automotive craftsmanship, Jolene Macintyre built a strong foundation shaped by discipline and academic focus. Growing up in Nova Scotia, she was surrounded by values that emphasized resilience, responsibility, and steady effort. These early influences carried into her academic journey, where she excelled in structured environments that demanded consistency and focus. Her background in commerce gave her a strong understanding of financial systems, planning, and organizational management, while her additional studies in human movement science strengthened her awareness of practical, real-world problem-solving. Beyond academics, she also developed a competitive spirit through athletics, particularly soccer, where teamwork and performance under pressure became second nature. These experiences helped shape her ability to function effectively in high-stress environments later in life. After completing her studies, she transitioned into early work roles that exposed her to customer interaction, time management, and fast-paced decision-making. Each stage of her early life contributed to a skill set that would later become essential when she entered a world far more unpredictable than any classroom or part-time job could prepare her for. A chance meeting that shifted the course of her future. Jolene's life took a pivotal turn when she met Chad Hiltz during a period when she was working locally and exploring her career direction. The meeting occurred in a casual setting connected to automotive culture, where shared interest quickly transformed into collaboration. What began as conversation soon evolved into partnership, both personally and professionally. She became involved in the early development of a small garage operation that would eventually grow into a recognized custom vehicle brand. Her role was not limited to observation. She actively contributed to structure, planning, and communication within the growing enterprise. As trust developed, so did responsibility, and she gradually became the person ensuring that creative ideas could be transformed into executable projects. Their relationship also became deeply intertwined with business operations, creating a dynamic where personal and professional boundaries blurred. This connection strengthened their ability to work together, but also introduced complexity that would later become a source of tension. At this stage, however, optimism defined their journey, as both believed they were building something unique that combined creativity, engineering, and storytelling into a single evolving vision, building the backbone of a fast-growing creative enterprise. As the garage project expanded, Jolene increasingly became the operational backbone of the entire system. While creative design and fabrication were central to the workshop's identity, it was her structured oversight that kept projects aligned with deadlines and budgets. She managed financial planning, coordinated schedules, handled logistics, and ensured communication between different teams remained functional. Her presence allowed ambitious builds to progress without collapsing under their own complexity. As attention grew, so did the demands of production quality, client expectations, and time-sensitive delivery. Jolene often found herself resolving issues that emerged unexpectedly, whether technical delays or resource shortages. Her ability to stay organized under pressure became one of the defining reasons the business maintained momentum during rapid expansion. At the same time, she was frequently required to balance administrative duties with on-site involvement, stepping into physical workspace environments when needed. This dual responsibility made her indispensable, but also placed her under continuous strain. While the world saw impressive finished vehicles, few recognized the coordination required behind the scenes to bring each project to completion in a consistent and sustainable way. transition to media exposure, and rising operational pressure. The transformation from a local workshop into a media-recognized brand brought a new layer of complexity to Jolene's responsibilities. With increased exposure came filming schedules, content planning, and audience engagement expectations that extended far beyond traditional automotive work. She became a visible figure in digital storytelling, often managing production elements while simultaneously ensuring workshop operations remained uninterrupted. This dual role significantly expanded her workload, as every project now carried both physical and media deadlines. The demand for consistent output placed pressure on planning cycles that were already tightly structured. As the brand's popularity grew, external partnerships and sponsorship expectations added further obligations, requiring careful negotiation and strategic decision-making. Jolene's role evolved into a hybrid of manager, coordinator, and media overseer, leaving very little separation between professional output and public perception. The intensity of this phase marked a shift from hands-on business development to constant performance management. While the success brought recognition and financial growth, it also reduced downtime and increased emotional fatigue, gradually pushing her toward a state of continuous operational strain, digital expansion, and the strain of constant visibility. When traditional television exposure slowed, the enterprise shifted heavily toward digital platforms, a move that required rapid adaptation. Jolene played a central role in restructuring operations to suit online audiences, where consistency and engagement were critical for maintaining growth. Video production schedules became frequent, requiring ongoing planning, editing coordination, and content strategy development. Unlike earlier phases, digital platforms demanded constant presence, meaning there was little room for pause or recovery between projects. Jolene managed advertising structures, performance analytics, and collaboration efforts with external partners, ensuring that each release aligned with both branding and financial goals. This phase significantly expanded the reach of the business, allowing it to attract global audiences and sustained monthly viewership. However, the pressure of maintaining momentum introduced a cycle of continuous output that left limited space for personal time. The boundary between creative work and operational obligation blurred further, making it increasingly difficult to separate professional identity from daily life. Despite these challenges, she maintained consistency, recognizing that the stability of the entire brand depended on her ability to keep the system functioning at a high level. Burnout, internal conflict, and mounting personal strain. As responsibilities increased, signs of burnout began to surface in Jolene's daily life. Long hours, overlapping responsibilities, and constant problem-solving created a cycle of exhaustion that was difficult to break. Internal conflicts within workflow management occasionally added tension, especially when financial decisions or scheduling priorities clashed with creative direction. Her personal relationship with Chad also reflected the pressures of shared leadership, where disagreements over direction or resource allocation became more frequent. At home, responsibilities extended beyond business, as family dynamics required emotional presence that was increasingly difficult to maintain. The accumulation of these pressures created a sense of being continuously stretched across multiple roles without sufficient recovery time. Even moments of success were often followed by immediate new demands, leaving little opportunity to reflect or rest. Despite recognizing the strain, she continued to push forward, driven by a sense of responsibility toward the enterprise and the people depending on its stability. This period marked a critical point where professional achievement and personal well-being began to exist in direct tension with one another, setting the stage for a profound emotional turning point. A sudden loss that changed everything in 2024. The most significant emotional turning point in Jolene's life arrived with the sudden illness and passing of her mother in late 2024. What began as a rapid medical diagnosis quickly escalated into a terminal condition that left little time for preparation or acceptance. During this period, she was forced to navigate two parallel realities, continuing her demanding professional responsibilities while spending precious time with her mother. The emotional weight of this experience created an internal conflict that no schedule or system could resolve. Her mother had been a central source of emotional grounding and personal strength throughout her life, making the loss profoundly destabilizing. When the passing occurred, it left a void that extended far beyond personal grief, affecting her ability to maintain focus across all areas of work. Projects slowed, coordination became more difficult, and emotional fatigue intensified. Despite this, she remained publicly composed, choosing to acknowledge the loss while continuing to meet her obligations. The experience marked a defining moment that reshaped her perspective on life, work, and personal priorities in ways that would influence every decision that followed. Grief, responsibility, and the decision to continue forward. In the aftermath of her loss, Jolene faced the difficult task of balancing grief with ongoing responsibility. While emotional recovery required space and time, the demands of the business continued without pause. Projects in progress needed oversight, teams required direction, and commitments had to be maintained. This created a situation where stepping away entirely was not feasible, even though emotional capacity was significantly reduced. Instead of withdrawing, she chose to continue working, viewing responsibility as a form of stability during uncertainty. However, the emotional strain inevitably affected pacing and decision-making speed. Some projects experienced delays, and adjustments were necessary to accommodate reduced operational bandwidth. At the same time, she began to reflect more deeply on personal meaning and long-term direction. Work became both a burden and a coping mechanism, offering structure during a period of emotional instability. The experience reshaped her understanding of resilience, shifting it from pure endurance to a more complex balance between survival and adaptation. This phase demonstrated how deeply personal loss can intersect with professional identity, altering both simultaneously. Rebuilding strength through expansion and new direction in 2025. By 2025, Jolene began channeling her energy into rebuilding structure and expanding the reach of the enterprise once again. New projects were initiated, including facility development and improved operational systems designed to support long-term growth. International travel and collaboration efforts introduced fresh opportunities for global engagement, allowing the brand to connect with wider automotive communities. She took a leading role in coordinating logistics, partnerships, and scheduling across multiple regions, demonstrating renewed focus and organizational strength. Digital platforms continued to grow steadily, with consistent content output reinforcing audience engagement and financial stability. Merchandise development and branding expansion also became important components of the business strategy, creating additional revenue streams while strengthening community identity. Although grief remained part of her personal experience, it gradually transformed into motivation rather than disruption. Family support and team involvement contributed to a more balanced environment, helping restore emotional grounding. This period reflected a shift from survival-driven effort toward structured rebuilding, where long-term vision replaced immediate crisis management as the primary focus of her leadership approach. Endurance, transformation, and a continuing journey forward. Jolene Macintyre's journey reflects a complex intersection of ambition, responsibility, and personal loss within a demanding creative industry. Her role in shaping and sustaining a growing custom automotive enterprise required constant adaptability, balancing operational precision with emotional resilience. From early academic preparation to managing large-scale media exposure, her path demonstrates how layered responsibilities can evolve into both opportunity and strain. The loss of her mother in 2024 marked a profound turning point that reshaped her perspective on life, work, and personal priorities. Rather than stepping away, she chose to continue forward, integrating grief into a broader narrative of perseverance. Her subsequent efforts in rebuilding operations, expanding global connections, and strengthening digital presence illustrate a commitment to long-term continuity. While challenges remain an ongoing part of her experience, they have also contributed to a deeper sense of purpose and endurance. Her story ultimately highlights how professional success and personal hardship can coexist, shaping a journey defined not only by achievement, but by the strength required to sustain it over time.